What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, MV Cuts, right? How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Thanks for liking and subscribing past videos. So today I just want to talk about something quick, a few trimmers that I use. We're just gonna get right into it, man. So one of the trimmers that I have here is my Retro T. It's cordless, it's powerful. It's a pretty good trimmer. I actually switched it to the 5-star TY blade, but it comes with a standard blade. If you can hear that, it's a little loud. It comes with a base that you actually put it in the charge, which is really good because when it's not on the base, you're using power. A lot of these other clippers you have to plug in, which is a pain in the butt sometimes if you constantly using your trimmers or clippers for that matter. So pros and cons with this one. It feels good in your hands. It's powerful, but it's not like high power. It's just like right when you're reaching good quality power. It's wireless, which is always great. Cons: it doesn't work well on all hair. It doesn't work well on wet hair, you know, just for shits and giggles. And it doesn't work well on really straight hair. As far as designs, it's okay. I think with this clipper, its best qualities would be on ethnic hair, African American hair. Doing designs, I used to use this a lot for designs, and I used to only really use it for African American hair, ethnic hair. But as far as like on like Asian hair, white people hair, even Spanish people hair, it really doesn't work too well. So in my personal opinion, I kind of feel like most Wahl products are geared toward, you know, African Americans. If you look at a lot of their clippers and trimmers, they work really good on black people hair. When it comes to like other hair, not so much the clippers, but the trimmers, for me, like ever since I've been young, man, Wahl's always been in the barbershops, you know. So it's a good trimmer, but me personally, I don't even use it anymore. So anybody looking to buy a trimmer, holla at me. I got the box and everything. Number 2 trimmer that I use, the Slimline Pro Li, the silver one. This little baby's bad. If you could compare it, it just sounds faster. I'm not sure how many revolutions per minute this does, but it's really good. It's super light, fits very well in your hands. This thing cuts through everything. I barely use it. You know, I'm gonna get to why I barely use it, but I'm gonna tell you what I do still use it for. I specifically use it for 2 reasons. The blade on this, I have it zero gapped all the way, but it's still not tight enough to, like, for me, like when I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty, so down almost to shave mode. This ain't it. This ain't hitting that hard. It does hit though. When I say hit, it is very close. It's very sharp. Sometimes I still use it to kind of get into those curves right here, because the blade is so small. Like, you can really get in there without having to worry about almost hitting the eyebrow. Because, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, heads are different, eye shapes are different, and sometimes, you know, you go in too hard and you could possibly like get up in here. These are very, very small blade, but it's a very powerful blade. I only use it to get out the shaver line to my my zero guard. I mean, not my zero guard. my from the shaver to my 5-aught. So this right here kind of blends that line right out, and you know, that's the only thing I use it for. That is it. And sometimes, depending on, like, if you have little kids, sometimes I use this to get the little curves lined up real nice. But again, a lot of times I don't even use this one anymore. It's just to do that. And honestly, even to get out the zero line, sometimes I don't even use this. So, but all in all, this has a light right here on the switch. When you sit it on the base, it also comes with a base. When you put it on the base, it'll actually let you know when it's fully charged. Like, it'll be the green light, or you know, if it's dying, whatever the case may be. I've had this trimmer almost 2 years, maybe a little bit longer. And honestly, only thing I've ever done was replace the blade on it for whatever reasons. A lot of people modify them. I mean, it's a really strong, it's a really nice blade, nice trimmer. I personally just don't use it anymore. But you know, it is very nice to have for, you know, backups or whatever. On to the next, I have the Babyliss gold, rose gold FX blade. Coolest thing about this blade is it pops off. Man, that's pretty dope. Everything's in-house, it's closed, and then the blade you can actually zero gap and then like clean out real well, and then just pop it back into place. Boom, that's it. This is very nice blade, very nice, very nice. I love how they fit in my hand. They're a little heavy, but I kind of feel like the heaviness, kind of like when you're doing certain things, like you're doing a beard or you're going over the top and cleaning it up, the weight of it kind of like, you could just sit it and the weight of it is going to do all the cutting. So I love using this on little kids. Even though this thing is zero gap, like honestly, I think the steel blade is just rolled very nicely, because it just hits the little kids perfectly. It looks very sharp on kids. When it goes to grown men, only time I would use this is in the neck area. Like if you're going down in the neck area, these will not like get stuck in the pore and pull the hair out and, you know, cause unnecessary bleeding in the neck area, because, you know, it's very sensitive. Plus the hair grows in different directions, right? So every time I use this in the neck for men, very good trimmer. Kids doing their hairline, very good trimmer. Other than that, I really don't use this trimmer anymore, man. Not for any other reason, but it's just not sharp enough for what I do on a daily basis. But I love how it has the hook. You just hook it up, just have it sitting there. Like I said, this does not have a base though. It's the only other problem that I would see with this one. But once you plug it in, it'll keep blinking until it's a steady blue light, and then it means it's fully charged. As far as runtime, it's pretty good runtime. Like I said, I love this trimmer, but I just don't use it anymore. Other than for kids, you know, and sometimes on the neck. But honestly, I use another trimmer for that, and then I go over it with the shaver or the blade. So as you buy stuff, and you know, things constantly are revolving and evolving, and you know, just get better shit. Fuck. Now, my go-to #1 blade that I have. This is the 4th trimmer that I have, and I have the gold FX skeleton, right? This thing is awesome. This is really, really good. I mean, if you ain't got one of these, I can't explain half the stuff I'm talking. 1, this thing is sharp. I mean, this bad boy is sharp. It looks beautiful too. I mean, you got a piece of gold in your hands. And I have the set. I also have the rose gold set. But yeah, this thing is the shit when it comes to trimmers. When this thing came out, it was a game changer. I kind of just stopped using everything else. This thing does sharp lines. It does sharp designs. It's still the way the blade is set up. I mean, it gets pretty freaking close. Not only that, I still, you know what? I have it zero gap, right? And I'll still use it on kids, and kids don't flinch, they don't move. There's no scratching, no. I mean, it's crazy because as sharp as this thing is, you would think it'll cut somebody. You know, back in the day, you had the T outliners, and people would have like the whole neckline just like blood marks. You know what I mean? That's how sharp you would think it would have to be. But it doesn't have to be sharp, man. I mean, it's sharp, but it ain't cutting people. That's crazy. It also has the plug-in. It doesn't have a base. That's probably the only con to it. I mean, other than that, but the good thing is, like, both of these use the same plug. So I honestly have all three of these have the same. Like, honestly, and the other one, the rose gold one, to match this one, the actual clipper, they all use the same clip. I mean, not the same clip, the same wire. So I only have one of those, and it charges all four. So that's a really good quality that I like about these Babyliss products. I will be getting the gray or the silver skeleton with the graphite blade with the deep tooth. I really want that blade, so I really want that trimmer. Why? Because if it's better than this, you gotta have it. That's it. You gotta have it. As far as anything else, I mean, I've had other trimmers. I've had the blackout Andes, I had the gray Andes, I had the Styliner 2s. Like, I had a lot of trimmers, and as far as trimmers go, I kind of went away from Andes. It's all about the Babyliss trimmers, in my opinion, because they're really making head waves. They're really doing their thing. They're kind of leaving everybody in the dust. So that's my review, or not even a review. It's really just a few of the clippers that I have that I use, and why I like them, why I don't like them, what I use them for, and what I don't use them for. This is MV Cuts, man, signing out. Holla at me, man. Peace.